So here's your first sample question. It's going to be a yes or no, so be very careful. You're not going to get any partial credit on this guy because it's either yes or no, so you got to be really careful. So it says determine if the given ordered pair is a solution. So all you're going to do is realize that they give you an equation that has two variables and they give you an ordered pair. And an ordered pair has an x and a y value. So make sure you know which one's your x and which one's your y. So I'm going to label this one x for us and this one y because the first number is always the x and the second one after the comma is always your y value. You're going to take the equation and every time you see x and the letter y, use a set of parentheses. You always want to get in the habit to use parentheses so you know when you're going to multiply versus when you're going to add or subtract. So instead of me writing x, I'm going to write a set of parentheses. Plus 3, set of parentheses for y, equals 7. Now that you have this, plug in the corresponding variables. That means this one represents x. Be careful, not every equation with the first set of parentheses always be x. So if this changed around and this said 5y plus 7 equals 3x or anything like that, you got to be careful. Sometimes the y might be first. Here it was x. And we know we're going to plug in -2. And then this one was the y, and y was 1. Now that we have that, let's do our simplifying. Because this is an equation and you have a left and a right hand side, focus on just one side at a time. So I'm going to focus over here on my left side. Do I have some parentheses? Yes. So we have to get rid of that first when we simplify. So we're going to distribute. So 5 times -2, you know positive times negative. If you have to look at a tic-tac-toe board, feel free. You're going to get a -10. And then a positive 3 times 1 is going to be a positive 3. Once you get rid of the parentheses, then we told you the next step is to collect any like terms. Remember, I'm not looking on this side, I'm only focusing on just one side at a time. So when I look over here, I have a constant and a constant. Remember, like terms we circle. This is a negative, this is a positive, so we know we're going to subtract. So we're going to get a 7. Who wins the tug of war? 3 players or 10 players? You know team negative wins. Now notice, on the right hand side there is nothing to do. There is no parentheses, there is no like terms. So I just brought down the 7. Now you ask yourself, is -7 the same thing as a positive 7? And you should say, no, that's a false statement. Remember, owing $7 versus having $7 are not the same thing. They have to be 2 -7s or 2 positive 7s. They can't be one of each because that's not a mirror image. So then for us, we would say our answer is no.